Hi there and welcome to Apple World. Well, the tables have turned, and Judge Mathis has recently placed his better half Linda on impact and blamed her for being a gold digger and attempting to come after his millions. It's wild the way that he unexpectedly made an abandoned guarantee that he was going to battle for his union, with hauling his significant other for coming after his cash. However, if y'all felt that these two have been carrying on with a cheerful married life, you better reconsider on the grounds that what is happening is going to be a wreck. Judge Greg Mathis and Linda should be the power couple that we as a whole admired. They were hitched for an entire 39 years, that's like forever in Hollywood time. Yet presently it's all gone to pieces and everybody is discussing it. So what ended up compelling this supposed wonderful pair? Tap out, and has Linda been after Mathis' cash this entire time? Trust me. This tea is steaming hot, and I am going to spill everything over the spot. We're talking disregard allegations and a ton of other show you want. Except what? It's continuing in secret in the Mathis household. Prepare, cuz this story is going to get truly muddled genuine quick. However, I all thought Judge Mathis had everything sorted out, right? Yet behind the hammer was a man who could tabalance work in adoration. What amount of time? 7 days? Do you think it requires to push a spouse to her limit? Well, in Judge Mathis's case, it was an incredible 70 to 80 hours. That's right, this man was investing more energy in the court than he was with his own significant other. Now you may be thinking, yet he's a fruitful adjudicator. Clearly, Linda saw, well, seeing just goes up until this point. Following 39 years of marriage, Linda had enough of taking on a supporting role to Mathis's profession, and might you at any point fault her envision being hitched to somebody who's consistently in a hurry content. Usually investing effort, First Baptist himself spilled the tea on his careless ways. I need to ask you, with insight about the partition, how can you hold up? Not holding up very well. I would agree that the other man, perhaps, I'll be a model for the other man. Don't disregard your better half. Perceive the number of people at the airport at this point flying out, as I have for 40 or for 25 years. My significant other has been third, serving the local area, taping my show, and messing around with companions. That's what happens, folks. Never be excessively occupied or never have a great time past your better half. Goodness, the incongruity, and he's around here offering guidance, and he can't even follow it himself. However, stand by all because it deteriorates. Mathis was away for quite a long time at a time, leaving Linda in isolation. Did you need to clear that up at all? You say it? See exclusively disregard. Well, disregard can make doubt, absolutely. And if you re-gone however much I am, you reserve each option to think you realize you go to work, you go serving the local area around the country, then you go with your folks to games around the country, you go to different occasions besides without your better half hanging with you and living it up with you. Thus, definitely she would reserve a privilege to think in loyalty. However, there was no part of that going on. Not the reason, all it won. See, only one time this man was continually progressing, he admitted, was it something out the blue. Well, since we begin taping here and I focused on remaining at home more and being focusing on my better half more, a greater amount of. However, as you see, I haven't. TM still here out and about doing likewise. And as far as going out into one more city, yet I was away for a very long time. That's what July 17th me discussed broken guarantees. Linda probably felt like she was hitched to a phantom. Now, let's discuss Linda briefly. The lady forfeited what seemed like forever for her vocation. An insider spilled the tea that the marriage had been stressed for some time. However, Linda was able to deal with it. The insider said life is excessively short, and if Judge Mathis has any desire to go around the nation working, he could do that. However, Linda's not able to forfeit anymore, assuming he consents to dial back, and worth his better half, she could take him back. Yet here's the genuine kicker. Mathis had guaranteed Linda he would slow down. He said he would be home more, invest more energy with her. Yet think about what he kept right on with this bustling timetable, leaving Linda feeling more dismissed than any time in recent memory. It's like he failed to remember he had a spouse hanging tight for him at home. All this disregard wasn't simply something new. It is possible that it had been happening for a really long time. Linda had been tolerating Matt's obsessive worker ways for a really long time. Can you envision watching your significant other pick his vocation over you endlessly time again? It's no big surprise. She at last contacted her limit now, following quite a while of being judged by Mathis' shadow. She's unexpectedly taking all the spotlight here. Is Linda changing the genuine article, Or is she simply putting on an act for the cameras? And all the more critically, is she coming from Mathis coins? Listen, Linda isn't playing around anymore. This woman's gone from being the calm spouse behind the scenes to the star of her own show. Let me tell you, she's looking great. Doing it word on the roads is that lie became a totally different approach. Her she is not simply getting by without Mathis, she flourishing without Mathis. Now yay all may be pondering what got Linda seeming to be an entirety nibble nowadays. Well, it seems like she's at last putting herself first following 39 years of marriage. Might you at any point fault her an insider spilled that Linda has laid down the law, so it looks like she's done being a Matt and is prepared to walk all over Mathis. Pardons, however, it's not just about looks. Linda has got another demeanor to match. She's feeling far better, and it shows. It's like she's at last recalled who she is without being past judgment on Mrs. Spouse and all it. Looking great on her, however, request in the court on the grounds that we got to discuss the obvious issue at hand, that separation documenting all when Linda dropped those papers. She wasn't playing. She's requesting spousal help, and a few people, including her prospective ex, are calling her a gold digger. Yet let be genuinely a second for a millisecond after right around 40 years of marriage. Is there truly gold digging to one what you re-owed? Consider it. While Mathis was over here playing judge, jury, and killer, who do you think was holding down the house? That right, it was Linda. She placed her life on hold so Mathis could pursue his fantasies, and now that she's prepared to carry on with her own life, individuals need to call her voracious NOP overruled. However, here where it gets delicious, Linda not simply requesting cash and leaving she recovering her time and her entire life. It like she shit the reset button and at beginning new all she doing it in class and style. Now, a few people are saying Linda simply doing it for consideration. Now I know what you thinking. Likely, is Linda truly carrying on with her best life, or is this all a front? Well, Iders are guaranteeing this shine up as the genuine article. Luna is not simply changing her look. She is changing her entire energy and life. She got that just divorcing and cherishing energy. Furthermore, it is infectious. Well, let not fail to remember, this isn't pretty much looking great. Luna taking actions, succumbing to separate from the following 39 years, that takes boldness and guts. However, discussing meriting things, what about reality, because it resembles judging? Franticness may be holding out on us. One moment, he is about to save his marriage, and the following thing, he is flying off like nothing wrong is happening. Behind these adjudicator robes, he is around here looking at battling for his marriage, yet his activities are recounting something else entirely. Recall how he was seen at the airport right after the separation news broke. It like he couldn't stand by to move away from the show that he made, and let discuss his little admission. He said, "If you are gone, however much I am, you have each option to think graciously." Suspect. What judge is he attempting to legitimize? Linda doubts, or is he simply covering his tracks one way or the other? It's not looking really great for your kid in the dark. Burglarize yet. All it gets significantly juicier. There have been murmurs regarding Matthew is by and large close with his wallet. If you catch my drift, however, assuming this is valid, no Wonderland has had enough and talking about conduct that make you raise an eyebrow. Let not disregard that spitting episode back in 2019. Purportedly, Mathis got so warmed that he spat on a stopping valet. Now not saying it valid, but rather on the off chance that it will be. It sure portrays this man that we see on television. Doesn't it? The spitting is an entire kind of low, and this is where it gets genuinely untidy. There's been discussion of Mathis venturing out on Linda. Now he denies it, obviously. However, with the present disregard chatter and him being away for a really long time, and it wants to ponder what truly is going on when the cameras are moving, like what the genuine story here is. Mathis is actually the casualty of a gold digging. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.